Hello and welcome to the RWBY Nation podcast. I'm Admin Winter, the podcast admin, and your podcast host for today's episode. Today we have...
Sage?
I am Ironwood.
Hi, I'm Qrow, and I'm an alcoholic.
Wonderful. Wonderful start.
Alcoholics go to meetings.
It's in character, though.
Alright, so today we are talking about a World of Remnant episode. I believe called, let's see, yes, the FOUR Maidens.
Yep. And this is more of an expanded version of the story Osmond told, right? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I really do enjoy. Wow, I really did enjoy. Wow, I can't English.
It was definitely one of the better World of Remnants that was put out. Because I always found the World of Remnants kind of like just pretty primal basic information, but this kind of gives
Proof
us...
of concept.
Well, yeah, there was more supplemental stuff than anything.
This is the first actually like story-based.
Yeah, relevant plot.
Well, the last one previous was also relevant.
Not as much as this one, because this
I think it's going to become relevant very soon, though, when you really think about it.
This is where things are going to lead up to, because this is the goal of the opposition right now, because they're trying to get the power of the maidens to basically screw everyone's shit up.
Yeah.
So, and that's interesting. So we now know.
The characters kind of match up with Team RWBY as well, like as far as themes and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be that.
That's too cliched, though.
No. It's not
way too
cliche.
obvious.
It's too convenient.
Really?
It's
It's
just
too convenient.
It's too obvious. It's like, oh, okay. Like their personalities sort of.
I think that's what people were like saying, but I don't think it's gonna the pace of which the show is going. I don't think it's gonna be exactly a season 4 thing that just happens all together. I think it's gonna be definitely more like season 6 and 7, possibly even 8 kind of a thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Up until this point, the plot's like everything's going downhill. So this is when it starts.
I personally think Vale is just gonna go like down at the end of this season. Well, this is what I'm hoping is gonna happen. Is I really hope that in this sort of like war time right now, they're just gonna destroy Vale essentially, and then there's just gonna be all out war for a little while, and like the school will they're no longer able to be in school because the school's destroyed, and just like the villains are gonna come to power.
At least Atlas.
Basically, Harry Potter.
At least Atlas.
Sorta.
Because, well, they're prepared for this stuff. That's the whole point of their kingdom.
Except not, because they got like 2 of their ships. I don't know how many ships they brought, but they blew up 2 of their ships like instantly, and they have 1 of theirs. So that's 3 ships. Just like, all right, we have 3 of their ships now.
For the amount they've actually been showing, that seems like a significant number of them.
I agree. So I feel like Atlas is not doing as hot as it should be.
I think this is just my own personal theory. I think Atlas at least Ironwood, is working with Cinder's group.
No, I think that was sort of like.
That's what everyone was thinking before, but it's pretty obvious that it's not happening now.
It's mostly because when he put his scroll or like his phone thing down on the desk, and it was like, oh hey, a new access point. That sort of tells me that it's like, oh, he's got nothing to do with it. He does not know. He's just a guy who wants to show off his guns.
Yeah.
His big fancy toys.
He has all of Atlas under his foot. Well,
And yeah, pretty much. He's the most. He is essentially the most powerful person in the world.
yeah, like that's actually what I was thinking earlier, that actually in the Q&A people were asking what Ironwood's thoughts on what just happened. my thought was that he would be actually really mad. Cinder in this case is challenging not only him, but no, well, not only his military, but him personally. So yeah, along with but for the war itself, or for the grim attacking, the academies are gonna have to band together and hold them off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. It all depends if like what you say they are from like Mistral. That's what you said.
Mistral, yeah.
Yeah, how Cinder's team is from Mistral. Like, what? Who knows? What if they've already got like control there, or it's just a ruse? Who knows?
Oh really? I really didn't see that in Auburn though.
I mean, they won't. It's not going to be like Atlas, where it's a dictatorship almost.
Well, then again, yeah, it was set up that Atlas was militaristic and very structured, and then Funky comes along.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
But
So,
I think what they do say about Minstrel, I don't know if I'm saying that right, is
Mistral.
it's not exactly a real big city, if you will. I think
so
I think it's definitely one of the more poorer places because they said the way Cinder describes it, saying that it isn't exactly the funnest place to be.
Yeah, like my idea was it was more like a seaside port kind of place, like, or like, you know, like how the city of Vale, the city of Mistral is kind of like a port along the sea, in not the best condition.
So kind of like New York City slums during the 1920s and
I was thinking
30s.
I was thinking more Port Royal.
I am completely lost on that, but yeah.
I know what he's talking about. It's a Kingdom Hearts reference because the Pirates of the Caribbean world is called Port Royal.
Oh,
I
that makes
get what
more
he's
sense.
talking about.
That makes more sense now.
But I picture it, from what it sounded like he was describing, it was more 1920s and 1930s New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a word for that. What is it? Is it Hoovertown?
Crappy?
I thought it was like Hoovertown or something like that.
Hooverville.
Hooverville, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But not. I wouldn't say it's to the point of Hooverville, but yeah.
Borderline.
Yeah.
Like rundown parts of LA.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's not exactly a fun place to be.
Yeah.
yeah. So you know.
Okay, but getting back to the actual episode.
Yep.
I think it's a very strong belief that everyone thinks the wizard is just
Ozpin.
Ozpin.
Yeah,
It's obvious.
that's just kind of been what everybody's thought has been.
If it's not, I will be surprised.
They're implying. There's like a ton of evidence, or I shouldn't say a ton, but there's solid evidence to support it. But I'm not gonna decide. I mean, I'm a theorist myself, but I don't have an opinion right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel too. It's like, yeah, it's probably the case, but you know what? Like, who knows? It could surprise you.
Yeah.
I wish I could really talk about the really overarching theory that we had, but unfortunately that's part of the lost episode.
Okay.
But it's just like about like everything and how it's going to connect in the... I guess I could spoil it a little bit, but saying that each season represents a person.
Oh yeah.
No, not so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, not season. Sorry, I meant to say that. Volume.
The ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I see it.
The first one being Ruby because she's timid, but still really awesome. The second one because it was kind of
The second.
slow in a way, but it was also really fast.
Yeah.
Like it felt like it was dragging, but but when you see the next part, it felt like it just went by so fast.
Yeah, like that was actually to go on off a little bit of a tiny bit of a tangent. That's actually what my thought process for the entire series. Volume 1 to me kind of dragged on a bit, but Volume 2 got the plot going, and then
No,
Volume 3,
honestly, 2 was kind of like pushing it really fast. Honestly,
yeah,
2 was more like we're trying to wrapping up loose ends for Volume 1
yeah,
so we can work on Volume 2.
wrapping
Not
up
Volume 3.
and starting the plot, like, and then Volume 3 they hit the ground running.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But it's despite all the good intentions, it just gets really really dark again. Like Blake,
Well, yeah, that's
it just gets depressing and stuff, and it just
I
just
would
becomes Blake.
consider Blake depressing, more reserved.
But it's just the fact that like she's like, I used to have a cause, now I really don't. I really don't know what to do with myself other than the fact that I know I want to fight Grim because I know I'm pretty good at that kind of
But
deal.
part of Team Ruby's arc right now. They're supposed to
Yeah, like
find out what they're supposed to do in life.
I think
She's
I think we're gonna find out who. I think Yang's gonna be the first one to find out, and that's gonna be soon.
Yeah, but like,
Especially,
but then that's what our theory with the fourth volume would be like, is it would be Yang's volume, and the fact that like in the middle of war and stuff you would have so much passion and compassion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, I think Yang's gonna be leaving soon, at least for a period of time, and we'll get an episode on her every once in a while.
Like, she'll might leave and then-
she was gonna go.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna go rogue as soon as like they like convicted. But apparently the worst thing that's gonna happen to her is she gets disqualified from the tournament. And I'm like, what? She just like
Yeah, but the
like,
way she gets
destroyed that
disqualified
guy,
was like, it was just not good to her
I
reputation.
mean, well, yeah,
Here-
she got disqualified, but like I feel like it should have been worse. I feel like if they should have like tried to expel her or like made something really bad happen to make her.
You can claim that did happen, but Ruby and Juniper helped out.
You can also claim that Qrow had something to say about it.
Oh yeah, since if you think about it, it makes sense since the council, as in the maiden group, are in charge of the festival right now. They pulled some strings.
Or it's more like, hey, I think they're rapidly fit. I'm impressed they haven't done more with Coco, because I'm pretty sure they would have. At least I would have hoped that they did this little segment where you had Coco go to Yang and ask about it, because remember, Coco has been under the effect of Emerald Delusion semblance too.
They sort of did do that. Too.
Yeah, with Velvet and Ruby.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Ruby's sort of like suspicious.
I think
now.
it's also the fact that it's never convenient in the main team's side, and that's the way they want it, like the Cinder's team.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about Coco is like she could just like write it off as like, oh, she saw something and then she was like, okay, but she didn't totally write it off. It's just really strange.
If anything, I think this is pushing. This entire bit is pushing Yang away, so we're not going to see her soon.
I think she's probably going to fight with everyone once they deal with all the Grim, because that's still an issue that we're going to have to come back to.
Yeah.
Can I give my theory?
Sure.
I think during the Grim, we're going to see Raven.
Probably. That seems likely.
We are most likely going to see Raven appear sometime by the end of the volume. And I think Yang is going to leave with Raven.
You mean Qrow?
No, I mean Raven.
No,
well, Yang said she was gonna go find her with Qrow. Well, I think that's more likely to happen after the fight, and then she just leaving because it's like, oh, the semester's ended anyway, so let me go look.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I don't think Yang's going to be coming back to Beacon for a while because this semester
we don't even know if Beacon will be like operational.
Yeah.
A thing. I mean.
Well, yeah, they can do a thing where Beacons have a commission and the teams are going to have to go on their own path.
Yeah.
Or in some
Or
cases,
go to a different school. Like,
here's
Weiss might go
Ooh.
to Atlas to finish her training.
Yeah, that actually that can show more world building, so we know what the actual.
And then, like, Ruby might go with her, probably not, but might.
I think
I
think-
think she'd go back to Patch.
yeah.
I
I
don't
think
think she would do that.
Mm.
Because she wants to become a huntress. She wouldn't just go back. She has a goal. And if she just throws away that goal, that just kills her character.
Who knows even
Yeah.
even if that system works altogether? Because right now it's
I'm
simple
pretty
as just
confident-
blowing up one tower and not having any communication at all. So getting to another
That's
city
true.
may be the most annoyingest thing ever.
Yeah,
That might be a whole season, is
it
them
has
getting
been
to another
it's been
city.
established
That would be the
that
worst.
yeah.
the CCT had been set up so that if one of them went down, they the kingdom and all of the kingdoms can contact each other.
Which is a stupid system, in my opinion.
It's,
Well,
yeah.
if you think about it philosophically, it makes sense. Because
Philosophically, but it shouldn't have to make sense philosophically. Because if you're engineering something like that, you would think, oh, maybe this should have fail-safes.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like we should. I just think it's really like stupid. It's like, oh yeah, philosophically we're all in this together, and I'm like, that's great. But then if something happens, it's like saying, oh, I'm going down. I'm taking the rest of you with me. That's what that says to me, and I'm like,
But-
that's
but
dumb.
you can claim that since these kingdoms have been built
war and that kind of stuff, too.
for a long time, that they
That was a symbol of peace.
that they could hold on until it's back up.
Yeah, but it's
I think
yeah. Sorry.
sorry, I'm trying to get this out. I think here's what my prediction for the end of the season.
Mhm.
And this is based partially on what we've been talking about. Beacon will be no more. Under construction. Yang is going to leave
so
with
Beacon will be no more.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yang is going to leave with Qrow
Okay.
and go find Ruben. Weiss is probably going to go to Atlas, like her father wants, and how her and her sister were talking. If you
Ooh,
remember that episode.
they might even meet Dr. Paladina.
Ruby is probably going to just go on a journey for a while.
Oh,
And-
Or
And
maybe
I
have
think-
some time with Blake and just kind of bond in
and I
that
think-
way.
Or like Ruby and Blake are probably going to stick together to some extent.
ooh, I just saw something. Ruby temporarily goes with Weiss
And
to Atlas to meet with Dr. Paladina to explain to him how she was her friend.
it's not going to work. But it's also going to affect Team Juniper too. I think Pyrrha will leave
Yeah,
with Ozpin, or disappear with Linda or something around there.
yeah. Pyrrha's not good in the head right now.
As shown by a cute Arcos moment. This ship is sinking like the Titanic.
Oh,
It's like hey, this ship finally got repaired, and meteor.
And
But and then Pierre is going to leave.
Mhm.
Jean is going to try and stay with Ren and Nora, but I think with Pierre leaving, it's going to affect Ren and Nora more than they'll let show.
Yeah.
Because remember, we know vaguely of Ren and Nora's past, but we don't know the entire story.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jean will let her leave.
I don't
yeah.
think, I don't
Tom
think
would
he'll
be-
let her leave. I
Tom
think
is
she'll
after
leave
her.
she'll try forcing him to let her leave, and that'll fail. And then probably the next June adventure will be going after Pyrrha.
I don't think
Because,
Pyrrha would leave. I don't think she will.
But she
think
would
she
have to
might-
leave because of becoming a maiden.
Yeah, she was saying this doesn't make sense, and part of it, at least to me, seemed like she didn't want to scare and hurt Jean.
She also might just say no, even though she probably won't.
It's not in Paris' character.
She might be like considered unsuitable after what happened, though.
That too.
So.
But you can claim that you can say they know what's going on now, since Cinder's thrown all these Grim and the White.
I don't think.
The White Fang's more Adam's doing than.
Or remember, the White Fang were working with Cinder, so.
Well, they're not. They're going to be actually fighting is a whole nother story.
Well, the thing is, from everyone else's perspective, Pyrrha straight up killed Penny in like brute force.
And I think
that's gonna come into play. It's gonna be called.
That's definitely. Yeah, I think we're gonna see Penny eventually again.
Oh yeah, she's gonna get rebuilt. That's why they killed her specifically.
Yeah,
because she's not dead. She's gonna come back.
And I think this whole bit with Yang is gonna blow over once RWBY points out the bit with Mercury.
Yeah.
And how he was walking fine.
It's that.
Because
it's that, and then you have 3 witnesses saying that they saw some shit.
They saw some heavy shit.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to end kind of like Volume 2, in which there is this big battle. But I think the intro is going to play, the end of the intro when we're all sitting there. This is going to play a large portion. Because I think Adam's either going to die, or he's going to not be able to bring himself to kill Blake.
It's a little forced. I think we're starting a war. I think we're starting a war here, and I think this 4th season is going to be mid-war, if anything.
I agree. I also don't know.
Not wanting to kill Blake, but Adam being murdered. That's
I think
a little push.
Adam's gonna be not happy with Blake because she just dipped. Yeah. She left straight up. She ditched him. She's a traitor.
Yes, but
so I don't think he's. I know like they ship them and that kind of stuff. It's like I don't think that's gonna come into play. I think it's gonna be like you're a traitor. Get out of here.
We also don't know the extent to how much Adam actually cared about Blake.
Yeah, we have no idea.
So if we assume the way in which he's like, "Oh, hey, you're a traitor, go die," then
I can only think of that meme.
Blake's
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I can only think of that Star Wars meme now.
But if here's the other thing, if we assume the other way, in which he does actually care for Blake, I think either she's going to kill him on accident, or on accident, because you know how she was going on about Roman.
Mm.
And I think it's going to be a heated fight and almost. And there's also the other side of, I wonder if Blake's gonna get overwhelmed by Grim and get attacked, and before she gets a killing blow, Adam jumps in and takes the blow or saves her.
I don't see them killing him off really this soon.
He
just showed up
again.
He's had more than one line in an episode of a season. I think he's becoming a tad bit more important.
He's extremely popular with everybody, so there'd be an uproar if they.
Yeah. I really want them to Game of Thrones this and just kill off main characters. I really want that.
I think Monty at one time said, like they asked that very question if they would kill off any characters like that or whatever. And he just said, "I'm a fan of Game of Thrones."
good.
Well, here's the thing. If they continue this up to volume at least like volume 7 or something, this is all written by Monty because that's about how far he's written. He wrote to before he died.
I
Yeah.
don't. I think written and basic timeline is something you're getting confused because written is like mostly written. He's got like a basic idea of what's gonna happen.
I think a lot of the major plots and everything, like especially with Monty, there's a lot of symbolism in what he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So I think what the ideas and everything he had down was roughly 7 to 8 episodes. He said,
So you
or JJ said,
And-
yeah. I think JJ
and
said
I
it was
mean,
7 or
like-
8.
I mean, Rooster Teeth is not known for like stopping. At least not for a long time, because Red versus Blue was like how many seasons?
Yeah, I remember when that started with Combat Evolved. So
Like, I've been watching Rooster Teeth since like season 2 of Red versus Blue.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna see a lot of death soon.
I hope so. That'd be sweet. I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't, but it would be
Yeah.
sweet.
It would depend on who they killed off. How?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't think if it's going to be anybody from Team Ruby or Team Juniper, it's not going to be until much later seasons. Everyone else is up for grabs, though.
Yeah, I really don't like it when
Like-
they kill main characters off ever since I saw Madoka Magica, but
Shh. We don't talk of this. Shh.
They may kill people.
Serious.
They may kill people from Sun and Neptune's team.
Yeah, considering they're just not important.
Like,
I don't
No
know.
offense,
Yeah.
Sage. No offense.
I mean, no, I get it. It's just but if they just kill off like missed characters, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, that's cool. But if they kill off like a relative, like I think Pierre's boned, and I don't say that lightly because she's actually my favorite character, and it's just like I think she's boned. I think she's got the short end of the stick, and she's just gonna, because she's so nice, she's just gonna get offed, and everyone's gonna be sad. I can see it happening, and it sucks, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna go.
yeah. Like, I also expect to see a lot of the teams from the different schools in this now
ooh,
because of the.
I really want to see Indigo back.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see the rest of Team Funky.
Yeah,
Oh,
We're
jeez.
gonna
I can't
see
wait to
more-
see what memes.
Team
Wait.
It is team memes.
Yeah,
My lady.
yeah.
I think we're gonna see more Team Auburn.
Ooh,
Too.
wait.
Like, as if those
I don't think
The tournament was really just to introduce you to new teams that are going to be in these like inevitable war that's going to about to happen.
Yeah,
Pretty
It's
much.
gonna be like minor fight characters. You
But
just sort of like see them fighting and doing stuff every once in a while.
Which is still going to be awesome to say the very least.
Yeah. I just don't think
yeah.
we'll get much screen time in the future. Yeah, Indigo maybe a little bit more. Auburn like had a few like really generic characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
with what was the team that Juniper fought that I forget the name of?
That's
Bronze.
is it bronze or
Bronze.
indigo?
Yeah, it was Braun.
Yeah, Bronze.
They I don't think you'll see much of them in the future because if you look at their
To be honest, I think were they from Ministral? I
remember.
can't say.
Bronze
was from Vaku.
Mistral seems
Vacchio.
like
I don't
the-
think we see that many people
Vacchio.
from
They're not
Vacchio.
Vacchio, though. Yeah, we haven't seen any
Like,
Vacchio.
all right, like
I think a lot of those teams that we have seen, because we've missed matches, honestly. Because if we look at the way the system works, we've missed matches. So the fights that we have seen are probably teams we're going to see later on, and are going to be
Yeah, like-
essential to the different fights in the different kingdoms.
I think
like
Indigo
Sun's
will
team.
back.
Bronze is from Shade, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Interestingly enough, for each academy besides Beacon, we have not, for the most part, officially seen 2 teams from each school.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Like Haven, you have Sun's team and Auburn. From Shade, you have Indigo and Bronze. From Atlas, we've seen 2 of Team Funky, and then we've seen Penny's team.
Yep.
We don't know the rest of Penny's team, which I think we'll see.
Yeah.
And then there's the rest
I
of
don't
Team
think it
Funky.
matters. I don't think Penny's team matters because it's just Penny. Penny just kills everyone because she's OP, except Pyrrha because she has like that's
I
like
have a problem.
that was literally like Pokemon rules right there.
Yeah, that was like.
That was like Penny was it's like,
Stab.
oh, this person just instantly beats this person because this. It was Pokemon rules.
Stab.
Pokemon.
That beats all.
If you want to go specifically into Pokemon, typing doesn't always matter as well. So
I know, but like
stares at the fact that I beat Diamond using purely an Inferno.
Yeah. But then again, yeah, that's actually kind of what they were going for, because Cinder rigged it because she.
Yeah. Like, I also wonder if they're going to elaborate on how much of the tournament has been rigged by Cinder.
I think it's kind of obvious.
Like the whole thing, pretty much.
Like everything else is set up normally. She just screwed with the matching thing.
Yeah, which is like the most simple thing.
I don't think she screwed with it at the start, but I think once she got the access, that's when she screwed with it.
Didn't she get access like in the beginning when with the CCT?
And she didn't get access, at least from what we were shown.
His office.
Yeah,
until Ironwood messed with it, but that was later into the tournament.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
She definitely was playing around with it a lot in the tournament, though. Like maybe not the first few things, but I feel like even before the Ironwood thing, she was already messing around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing to say that she didn't have Emerald go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but personally, even though Emerald's based on the thief, that seems more like Cinder's thing to me. But since Dance Infiltration, but again,
I'm a little salty that it was Emerald's semblance and not Mercury's semblance that was the hallucinations, because Mercury is like a thing that makes people hallucinate.
Yeah, they
like,
set it up perfectly.
Yeah, and then they're like, nah, it's this person. It's like, come on.
I'm not sure if the Mercury hallucination thing is a thing. A lot of people just like to say that.
I'm pretty sure it's true. I can Google.
Because there was also a theory previous that it was also poison, and it's like, yes, it's poisonous or toxic to us, but like it's still just a metal.
Yeah, but
it just happens to be liquid at room temperature, which means he might be just a very fluid character in the way he does things, in the way he fights. That more so describes him. I'm not sure how much of that actually reflects in a semblance, if he even does have so much of a semblance.
Yeah, because here's the thing: he has to have some type of semblance.
Well, that's not. Was that determined that every hunter actually has a semblance? Was it actually confirmed?
As far as we've been made aware, yes.
Ooh,
I don't think there's ever been a confirmation of that.
The debate now that people are wondering if, with Mercury's kicks, where he does that vortex thing, where they're wondering if that's just his weapon or if that's his semblance.
Yeah.
True.
It may be the fact that he is the one spinning that around, because that may be a combination of him using his weapon and his semblance. And the fact that he has some small version of maybe what Pyrrha has.
Yeah. Although to me, Mercury's boots, or his legs now, I should call them, are more a foot version of Ember Salica, but that's just my idea.
So real quick, acute mercury exposure has given rise to psychotic reactions such as delirium, hallucinations, and suicidal tendency. So there you go.
All right. Actually, with Mercury, I've been doing some reading.
Mm-hmm.
His boots, the firing mechanism, it's dust.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously. Yeah.
Well, everything's dust.
So I think there's something in his boots that lets him control the dust.
Oh yeah, probably. It's
so we still aren't.
There's gotta be some way he can make that weird tornado, like, besides awesome breakdancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it?
Had to make like bullet tornadoes.
Yeah, I've seen a GIF of that actually. He does him spinning around and around.
He's just breaking down.
Yeah.
And somehow the force of that makes a tornado, because that makes.
I think it's more so like, it's this weird thing where like, for some people, like, how to explain it, like casting like magic and stuff. Most people associate that with hands and arms. He's just like doing it with his legs. Like he's just doing magic with his legs. It's just like
I feel like
woo.
explaining things in RWBY is kind of like irrelevant because semblances exist, and pretty confident like semblances can like sky's the limit. Like
Yeah.
it
Although
doesn't.
they do have.
As soon as I saw that guy multiply into 4 things, I was like, "Yo, okay."
Although
I love you say like that surprised you, but even though that's like very close to Neptune's power, she can make a reflection, a copy of herself.
yeah, but
Not Neptune. What am I saying? Neapolitan.
yeah, remember that all
What?
Remnant has a disadvantage as well, because if you think about it, they are advanced in ways that they have like big, a lot of like these big airships and stuff. But on our end, we've been able to perfect space travel. They're not able to do that.
Also, when
I wouldn't use the word perfect, but yes.
when was Neo's
Yeah.
semblance shown? Because I don't remember that.
The
I think that's
very first time she was introduced.
her glass thing.
Oh, the glass thing?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's considered illusions. Like a lot of people just call that her as a little
Yeah.
little illusionist.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah. People thought that Neo was the illusionist for a while too. So
Yeah,
There
but
is that.
apparently Team Crime has a lot of tricks and I don't know what the other word would be. You know what I mean?
more sneaky tactics.
Yeah, that's their semblances is more sneaky
Yeah.
and tricksy.
Because I mean, to be fair, they are a team of crooks and thieves. So
Yeah, I actually thought that Cinder's semblance was fire at one point.
I
No,
wonder.
that was just.
That was a really early on theory.
That also could have been maiden powers too.
Yeah, because we're not entirely
She
sure
had
the
it at
time
that
frame
point.
she's had them.
Oh yeah, she
Long enough, because you notice in the flashback she has short hair, and now she has long hair.
Well, the other
Yeah.
thing is the fact that one of the things that's denoted, although
Yeah.
she has the power to change the way the dust is, so you can actually make it a solid, and that's what like the arrow and the not daggers, sorry, the swords are made out of. That
yeah,
may be the maiden's power, but what's actually denoted is the fact that she has
yeah,
magic
later,
from.
her semblance is the glass thing that because remember
Well, that's what we're saying. That may be the maiden power, but the actual power she may have is something similar to Raven's.
Yeah.
Ravens.
Because how the heck does she do that thing with the glove?
What glove?
The glove that
Roy
she's.
Must-
The
Sorry.
That's the Roy
teleport
Mustang
portal
ripoff.
thing?
I think that just may be the glove itself.
the Roy Mustang ripoff.
Oh,
Yeah. I think
The
that's
thing with the beetle that just like onto the face of Autumn.
oh, that's not Raven. That's Cinder. And I think that's a Grim thing.
But I'm saying, did you see how where that grim came from?
It came from her hand. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a little portal.
I think that's
I wonder
Ah.
if her semblance is
That's
summoning Grim.
of and not Cinder's actual doing.
Yeah, but I'm saying like there's a little summoning thing that also happens to match up in design in Raven's portals when she was just going in and out, and also the reoccurring thing that I believe in
It might be.
Okay,
It might
sorry.
be a weird dust combo.
I think it's more of a meta or a physical, shall we say, symbol of the Grim, other than the Grim themselves, or of just pure darkness and evil. Because again, if you think about it, that the that color, that warp blob thing, was in the openings as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But it's also like how the heck do you explain how Raven was using that just to like teleport in and out?
Ooh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's some kind of ancient magic.
Ooh. Maybe Raven's one of the maidens.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's the
or-
reason why she just disappeared.
Yeah, but which one would she be then?
Like,
Because remember, the maidens all had shown specific characteristics.
Yeah, but like,
I am not entirely sure.
like they're not all the same though, and they change because the maidens aren't like immortal.
Yeah.
They just,
And people are
Like-
different.
so who knows?
Because here's the thing,
Mhm.
and this is where I'm trying to figure out Raven would fit, because at least from what's been shown, each one fits a certain kind of
Feel.
theme, and that's what
Aesthetic.
makes them take like Pyrrha being fall makes sense because look at how she's acted toward John and the rest of her team.
Yep.
And how her biggest thing is like, be grateful for what you have and be grateful that you're learning, especially towards John.
Yeah, a teacher.
Yes. So, if Raven's not fall, which one could she possibly fit in then?
I would say
Summer.
winter,
Maybe winter.
because she makes you think. Think about what's going on in
I
your
don't
life.
think- I just don't think we have enough information to make a call like that.
I think she's either winter or summer.
I don't know. The only thing I would say against Summer would be the fact that there is another person already called Summer, unless that's just some weird parallel where also Weiss has a sister of Winter. You know what I mean?
If they make
Who knows?
winter like
Maybe summer.
if they make winter the Winter Maiden, I'm gonna be salty. I'm gonna be like, that's dumb.
That's too convenient.
But if they had that
it's
parallel
so dumb.
of-
That's why it's dumb.
Winter, summer. There you go.
No.
That- Just be hilarious. And also
It doesn't fit the characteristics.
Yeah, but the
Because-
sorry.
As far as we're aware, each
I
one
can
fits
sort of-
characteristics.
Yeah, you know what? I can sort of see like if they are gonna go the route where all of Team RWBY gets to be a maiden, which is also dumb. But
Or-
like, but if they do that, I can totally see them initially choosing Winter and then her like dying or something and being like, Weiss, you have to be Winter now. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like, it's definitely going to be something much later into different seasons, and they're going to be a lot different people.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
The only
Alright.
character that I can main RWBY character that I would genuinely accept as a maiden would be Weiss as Winter. That's the only one I would accept because it's the only
Alright.
one that like feels right.
I want to see what. All right.
Or
We should-
RWBY as Spring.
People should also hash this
Absolutely
out in the comments. But here's a question: if we're talking about Team RWBY and the maidens, who would fit what role then?
Oh, that's obvious.
Ooh.
If RWBY would be Spring, Yang would be Summer, Weiss would be Winter, and Blake would be Fall.
And their
Like-
faces also somewhat match up if you look at the actual recent episode that we're trying to talk about this episode.
They have similar expressions, but I really, really hope they don't go down that path because it just feels
I don't think they're going to go down it immediately. I think it's going to be after a lot of trials and tribulations that it's just going to be ending up that way.
I just want I feel like RWBY
They gotta-
should end up being a bounty hunter. RWBY or Yang to end up being like a bounty hunter who just like looks for adventure.
That's
Like,
more Ruby than Yang.
yeah. That's
But Yang's more of a motherly character, and they haven't showed that yet.
the only reason I say Yang there is because she said she was a thrill seeker.
Yeah.
I mean that's not.
Yeah.
She also speculated that's not 100% what she's about, but like that's one of her things.
Yeah, but that might immediately go away when she gets into that more motherly kind of figure. As Monty said,
Yep.
I think it was either Monty or Barbara where they said she's definitely going to become more of a mother kind of character, like that mom of the group.
Here's the thing.
I don't love that.
If
You know what? It's okay.
I think if we include teams Juniper, if we include Team Juniper into this whole maiden mix, then that completely throws it off.
I think the only one that would qualify as a maiden in Juniper would be Pyrrha.
And
Like-
if you
and-
Ren,
And no, because it has to be a lady. That was one of the rules.
If-
yeah.
stretch it, I can see and this is stretching it, but I can kind of see Nora as summer.
I wouldn't say summer,
Yeah.
I would say spring, because despite how destructive she is, she's also something that's also brightening your day. So
Yeah,
despite
Yeah.
all the change
Yeah,
that's
but
going
Nora-
on, it's still a bright thing that's happening. It's an okay thing that's happening.
Feels a bit of a stretch, but
Nora's bigger thing has been going out and doing things, though.
What do you mean?
Because
Oh,
if you
yeah.
look at how her personality has shifted throughout, she's been more getting out there.
Yeah, especially about like the weights and stuff recently.
Plot
Yeah.
twist.
I mean, I guess.
Nora is.
So
But that's just because they've become friends, because they've lived together for, I would assume, months by now. So,
Alright, guys. Plot twist. Nora is winter.
whoa!
Okay. Considering the quality starting to diminish, I guess we should probably say goodbye.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching the RWBY Nation podcast. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. If you found us through YouTube first and not through the page, leave a comment letting us know. If you are from the
Can I-
page, just keep following that page because we're awesome and you're awesome and we're all awesome, I guess.
Can I offer just a suggestion?
What?
Why don't we have people like in the comment section or in the judges in the comments? Why don't we give them a question and hash out?
Ooh.
Because we've done a lot of speculating this podcast. Why don't we have them do some speculating?
Okay. I mean, we get a lot of that from comments in general, from our actual posts.
Yeah.
Why
If
don't
you have a speculation, like, comment, and subscribe.
All right.
All right, you have speculation, leave it down in the comments, and maybe we'll read them, and maybe, I'm not guaranteeing it, maybe we'll talk about a few of our favorites in the next podcast. Who knows?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.